Welcome to Taiwan Headlines. I'm Donovan Smith. All right, this Taiwan Headlines show is essentially the previous headlines section of Taiwan Report News Brief, which will continue with longer stories as well as analysis and context. Having the two shows separate is a bit more flexible. Headlines focuses on stories that will impact Taiwan's future, mainly politics and foreign affairs, in a fairly short format, but it will also include economic news and soft power that also impact those two topics. The stories are from both English and Chinese language media sources, and sorry, no car crashes or celebrity gossip. Taiwan has had its first domestic COVID-19 case since April, or 253 days ago. The infected person was a contact of a New Zealand pilot who was fined 300,000 NT for failing to provide comprehensive information during the contact tracing process by Taiwan authorities. A crowd marched in Taipei Saturday to rally support for U.S. President Donald Trump and to show opposition to the Chinese Communist Party. The parade was organized by the Falun Gong Epoch Media Group. Participants carried placards with slogans such as Taiwan-U.S. cooperation, we support Trump to dispose of communist China, stop the steal, and Taiwan fight for Trump. Organizers claimed a turnout of 8,000, but other reports have the number significantly lower. Taiwanese in polling showed a preference for Trump over Biden, largely due to the single issue of improved ties with the U.S. under the Trump administration. In May, the Constitutional Court issued Interpretation Number 791, which held two provisions regarding adultery unconstitutional. The Ministry of Justice and the Judicial Yuan separately set out to amend the relevant laws. The Executive Yuan has now passed them. Taiwan had been one of the few non-Islamic countries to consider adultery a criminal offense. A motion to recall independent Kaohsiung City Councilor Huang Chia has been approved, with the vote to be held on February 6th, but a similar recall effort against her DPP counterpart, Chen Shui-bian, failed to pass. Chen is the son, by the way, of former President Chen Shui-bian. Both were caught up in what many have termed revenge recalls by supporters of the ousted Kaohsiung mayor Dan Hangguoyu. Export orders rose for the ninth consecutive month in November to hit a new high of $57.78 billion US dollars, up 29.7% from a year earlier. Gogoro, the Taiwanese electric scooter brand, has been selected to receive the 2020 Global Company of the Year award by California-based research and consulting firm Frost & Sullivan. The recognition of Gogoro came because of the success of the Gogoro network, which they described as an intelligent energy platform that combines the power of connectivity, artificial intelligence, and machine learning to create a new generation of swappable refueling that is smart, scalable, and continually optimizing itself. Various reports have come out stating that Apple is buying up all of TSMC's 3-nanometer chip capacity and 80% of their 5-nanometer chips next year. Taiwan was picked for the Economist's shortlist of improved countries in 2020 as a candidate for the news magazine's Country of the Year, but lost out to Malawi as the top pick. In the accompanying article, it talked about Taiwan's pandemic response and strong economy, and added Taiwan, quote, also showed courage, refusing to back down despite relentless threats from Beijing. However, it also said, Taiwan is a constant reminder that Chinese culture is perfectly compatible with liberal democracy. Because, of course, no accolades for Taiwan are complete without somehow referencing China in the international news media. Other countries on the list included New Zealand, the United States, and Bolivia. Effective immediately, travelers arriving in China from Taiwan will be denied entry if they provide a nucleic acid test report saying Wuhan pneumonia instead of COVID-19. Wuhan pneumonia is widely used in Mandarin in Taiwan for the disease, but reportedly most hospitals no longer do. Flights to London are to be cut back due to the emergence of a new variant of the coronavirus in the UK that may be up to 70% more transmissible than existing strains. Meanwhile, all arrivals from the United Kingdom, as well as travelers who have visited the country in the 2 weeks prior to coming to Taiwan, will be quarantined at designated government centers upon arrival. The 32nd annual Taiwan EU Economic and Trade Consultation concluded December 16th via video conference and focused on fields spanning energy policy, intellectual property rights protection, pharmaceuticals, and medical devices, sanitary and phytosanitary measures, and technical trade barriers. The Ministry of Economic Affairs Deputy Vice Minister said that tie-ups in green energy and digital transformation are set to take off, adding that Taiwan is the EU's optimal choice for such partnerships due to shared democratic values and the country's innovative outlook and manufacturing process. The EU, by the way, is Taiwan's fifth largest trading partner. TVBS is reporting that Russian and Chinese bombers jointly flew near the Senkaku, aka Diaoyutai Islands, which are controlled by Japan but claimed by both Taiwan and China. President-elect Joe Biden confirmed to the Japanese that their mutual defense treaty covers the islands, presumably as a warning against Taiwan to invade the Senkakus. Kidding. All right, that's our show for today. Tune in for the next Taiwan Report news brief and the next Taiwan headlines. There is a Taiwan context in the can waiting editing, so keep your eye out for that as well, which I recorded over the weekend. All right, be sure to hit like, subscribe, and if you can, become a patron of ours on Patreon. It's very much appreciated.